Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sunny Side Up podcast. I am your host, Olivia. And wait, hold on. We have to take a moment. Well, I have to take a moment because listen, I celebrated 1 year of podcasting and I didn't know I was going to get emotional, but fuck, excuse me. But what's so interesting about all of this and my whole entire journey is that yeah, I definitely ran away from those emotions. I really hope that my therapist doesn't talk to me about that. But, anyways, so this podcast episode is literally unfiltered. I have like nothing prepared, nothing written. This is literally from the freaking heart. And I'm extremely grateful for where I'm at right now. I'm thankful. And I just wanted to give you a little bit of background on how this all started and where I'm at right now. I mean, I literally just celebrated a year of podcasting. I started this, I first uploaded on June 4th, 2024. And this was actually a 2-month delay, first of all, because when I first started the concept, this was in April last year. And one of my mentors was telling us to you have to get on podcasts, you have to do this, you have to do that. And I was just like, wait a second. Hold on, Olivia. Take a step back. You know how to podcast, girl. You know the lighting, you know camera work, everything. It's literally just you talking on the camera and whatever. So I was just like, you know what? I'll figure it out. Cool. So then there was a delay. And I think the delay was me trying to take my podcast photo because I wasn't 100% sure what I knew what I wanted, but I was delaying myself from it. But anyways, it doesn't matter because I'm here today. And what's so crazy is that when I remember when I recorded that podcast, it was in a different setting. And I remember I had so many different issues with it. And then, of course, I learned. But what's so interesting about that, I was like, I have every excuse not to make this podcast, but I'm doing it anyways. And that literally is just a reflection of who I am and what I want for my life. Like, you can have every excuse in the book to do something, but it really comes down to you knowing who you are and being crystal clear on what exactly you want. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. I don't know what this is going to look like. Whatever. It just doesn't even matter. Of course, I say that now, but still, back then, I was still going through the BS. You know what I mean? I want you to reflect on that. You can have every excuse in the book not to do something, but it comes down to do you actually want to do it? Two, is this something that your future self will thank you for? And three, is it in alignment with where you're headed? Because those three questions are super important. And to be honest with you, if I didn't work on myself last year, I would not have continued to do this podcast. So throughout 2024, I started the podcast. I uploaded my first episode. Then after that, I think I recorded another episode, but I didn't post it. I recorded that one in July of 2024 and I never edited it. I never uploaded it, whatever, right? So I go throughout my whole entire life throughout the end of 2024. And it wasn't until November I realized I said to my mentor, I was just like, hey, I haven't been creating content or anything like that. And I don't remember the specific words that I said, but something that aligns with that, right? And he was just like, well, yeah, the reason why you can't create content is because you're in survival. You're not in creation. You're in survival of, whatever it is that you're going through, right? You're in survival. I know exactly what it is, but I personally can't say it right now because I'm in a better spot than where I was. It wasn't romantic or anything like that. It was definitely professional because I had this illusion of, see how I said illusion, that I was stuck. And I wasn't physically stuck, I was mentally stuck. And it's not necessarily that I wasn't mentally stuck, it's just I was just looking and focusing on the wrong thing or the negative thing. And I was like, okay, so after having that understanding of what is actually going on, I then discovered, I was like, okay, cool. I'm the creator of my life. Well, okay, what does this next month look like for me? So just fast forward to December, I was going to branded events, which is cool. I don't go to them often because some of them are not in 100% alignment with me. And then the other thing is I realized that my time is definitely very important and last year really made me realize that even more of like not wasting time with myself, making sure that every moment matters. And that's also the energy too. That, energy and time definitely go hand in hand together. And after I experienced those events, I was like, all right, cool. 2025 is gonna look amazing. So then I relaunched my episode. I had posted the second episode of the Sunny Side Up podcast on a relaunch. I started to just get in the groove of starting to create more content and start creating more of my podcast, to where it led me to, I was like looking at the calendar, I was like, oh my gosh, we are a year in. And I had an event and it was January 11th of this year, 2025, and it was an event that was co-hosted by me, and also sharing my podcast and sharing with everybody else. And that was like so exciting, because I was like, okay, like this is a launch party slash relaunch party of my podcast. And I was just like I was so thankful for that, because that was amazing. And then the next event that we had, which was like a couple days ago, which technically is a celebration of my podcast, celebrating a year. And I had a renowned brand sponsor the event, which was 818 Tequila. And I'm just like grateful to be here, guys. You have no idea. And this really is just the power of you showing up and you authentically being yourself. I had like a lot of people ask me, how did you get that opportunity? And I thought to myself, I'm like, well, I could tell you the game, but like really the game is like you being yourself. Because what's so interesting about that is like people are so concerned about being something that they're not, that they get so consumed in that they're not themselves. And if you actually take a step back and just go through like some type of healing journey, I promise you, you will have perspective shifts. I promise you, you will start having more opportunities for yourself. And that kind of leads me into my program that I am creating. And I'm just like tweaking a whole bunch of different things just to make sure that there is clarity and alignment. Like, do you understand this type of thing? And I have people who are able to give me some feedback too, because I've already noticed the shifts that I've had for other people. Like, I've had one on one conversations before. Within 2 days, this person literally changed their whole entire life. And I experienced them in person again. I was just like, wait, this is not the same person. I was just like, wow, the level of impact that I am reaching for everybody from like brand sponsorships to people in real life is just truly amazing. And it was all because I decided to show up for myself, and I decided to show up for other people who can't, because I know that my podcast is literally something that somebody can listen to, but also be like, damn, like, yeah, that's right. And I didn't realize that. I was so stuck in my own shit that I didn't understand all of that. I'm like, okay, I understand. It's not all about me. I get that. Now it's about me, but it's also in partnership with all of my listeners and my viewers. So I just want to thank you again for being here and showing some love on my podcast. And because I've had a lot of people actually make comments on, some of my videos, and somebody was just like, wow, this video was perfect. This spoke to me. Keep it up, sis. I'm like, damn, guys, damn. I don't really feel like crying right now. So that's why I'm going to try and hide from it. And then the next one was this girl. She said, this is from Jenna Unfiltered. She said, hey, here from Threads. I'm enjoying this podcast. Sis, you drop a new subscriber. Like, what? This all comes down to me being myself and everybody just loving that, because I had enough respect and enough self love to heal certain parts of myself to be able to show up today and be able to have this podcast. And I'm incredibly grateful for that. And then another person said, I think that this was on my second episode. She said, this was a great episode. I'm looking forward to more. And the post that I made, I was just like, 1 year ago, I hit record and I uploaded. Over 10 episodes later, I'm still here. Most people stop at episode 3, and most never start at all. Mine hasn't been perfect. It's been on and off, messy and unreal. I mean, definitely real. It's been on and off, messy and real, but it's mine and I'm proud of it. Here's to showing up, even imperfectly, to using my voice to create something that matters. Happy 1 year to the Sunny Side Up podcast. I'm just getting started. This right here is probably like one of the most important things. And I was thinking about this before I actually started recording this podcast. If you don't celebrate yourself, nobody's going to celebrate for you. You have to, if you have to show up for yourself. You have to celebrate yourself. You have to celebrate the small wins because if not, then nobody's going to. Okay. And this is a version of self love. Maybe you've never experienced this before, but today is your day to experience it. Show up for yourself, allow yourself some self love, and just go after the things that you want to do. I know that might be, they're so easy to understand, right? Be like, oh, okay, I just have to show up. And it's just like, no, because I see it. I see everybody getting invited to events, go like numerous things, right? But they don't show up. And that's just a direct reflection of their life. And where you show up in one area is where you're going to show up in all areas. So if you continue to show up in all areas, that goes for relationships, that goes for business, that goes for your personal well-being, your personal, like your self-care, etc. And I'm not saying like the self-care of, oh, I got to go get a facial. Yeah, that's great. But I'm talking about time alone by yourself, getting to know yourself a little bit more. I just really wanted to create this podcast, celebrate myself, because I just know the power of showing up, stepping up, celebrating yourself. The other thing is too, okay, there's two things here. Shout out to Alex Cooper, okay, for from Call Her Daddy and her new Call Her Alex. Girl, I love you. That's just it. It's not just because I've seen your growth. I see your authenticity, girl. I just love you. But anyways, the reason why I said that is because I love how she says, hey, daddy gang. I kind of wanted to say like something similar to that, like, hey, Sunny gang, but I didn't really like that because I didn't want to like copy and paste. But I kind of like wanted to do something similar to that. I'm going to put a poll down, okay? And then if you don't like one of those, let me know in the comment section down below, like a different word. So basically, whenever I, start an episode, I can give you a name. I have a name. You should have a name. So the two selections are going to be Sunny Gang, or this one I kind of like a lot. It's called Hot Shots. Hey, Hot Shots. Welcome back to the Sunny Side Up podcast. You see, I think that we might actually be going with that one. Or, hey, Sunny Gang. I kind of like that. It's not 100% like, I'm not like married to it. And then I'm gonna think of another one too, but I honestly, Glow Gang. Ooh, I kind of like Glow Gang. No, because I don't think we can do that because I honestly think that there's actually a gang out there called Glow. If you know anything about Chief Keef, I'm pretty sure there's something in there. So anyways, yeah, we're not gonna do that. So, but thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. I am incredibly grateful for you to be here. I'm just proud of myself, like doing all of this. And guess what? More is to come because I'm showing up for myself, but I'm actually showing up for you. I want you to transform your life. I want you to feel empowered with your life just as I am. I'll see you in my next episode. Bye.